How's it going? Essential says, as an independent Mennonite, a lot of people ask me what is the difference between Mennonite and Amish people. How would you answer? So the way I usually answer that question is I was never part of a Mennonite church or a Mennonite community, so I can't accurately tell you what the difference is, but I know the beliefs are slightly different in the way that they worship, in the way that they have their meetings. A lot of the Mennonites have church in a building where the Amish have church, services in their homes. Obviously, the rules vary a lot from a lot of the Amish, although there are some Mennonites near Shiloh, Ohio that I have, been in contact with that actually do drive horse and buggies. But then they also have telephones, and, they were pretty modern, but they still drove the horse and buggy. So it's hard for a Mennonite or an Amish person that has never been part of the opposite, religion or the. If you're a Mennonite, you've never been part of the Amish church, or an Amish person never been part of the Mennonite church. It's kind of hard to actually, define what the difference is. So I know that they observe shunning in a different sort of way. That is kind of what the split was about. I've learned that's what the split was about between the Amish and the Mennonite church. Was the Jacob Ammon felt that the Mennonites didn't shun hard enough or long enough, I guess. So that was why the Amish split off from the Mennonites, or that's what I've heard. Hopefully that answers your question. I know it was kind of vague, so sorry I couldn't do any better. God bless. Mennonites drive black or tan cars, base model. They also have electric and other utilities with the Amish belief. Okay, so first off, I'm not a Mennonite, but I know that not all Mennonites drive cars, because there are some that drive horse and buggy still. And second thing is, it's not an Amish belief if it's a Mennonite belief. They're either Amish or they're Mennonites. The Mennonite belief is not the same as the Amish. It is similar, but you cannot call it an Amish belief with cars and electric, because that is not what it is. It is something completely separate. It's the reason why they separated in the first place, was because their beliefs were different. Even though they may be similar, it's not an Amish belief with cars and electric. It's a Mennonite belief. And the Amish have their beliefs, and some of the Amish that have the Amish beliefs, they still drive cars. But they're not Mennonites, they are Amish. It's always very important to differentiate between the Amish and the Mennonites, because they are not the same. But on second thought, I guess we can call it whatever you want, no hard feelings. Junior, grab the pitchforks and turn the dogs loose. There was a split between a father and son regarding the strictness, then Mennonites began. While that is a cool story, unfortunately it is not true. The Mennonites were founded in 1525 by a man named Mennonite, who was born in 1496, and he died in 1561. The Mennonites were founded from the Anabaptist religion, the Anabaptist group. Now, Jacob Ammon was not born until 1644, some 83 years after Mennonite had passed away. So there's no way that they could have been father and son, even with the different last names. There's just no way that is possible. And the Amish were not founded until 1693, some 168 years after the Mennonites were founded. Although when the Amish and Mennonites did split up, the Amish came from the Mennonite group, because they thought that, Jacob Ammon thought that the sins that resulted in an excommunication should be punished more severely, and that is where the shunning, as the Amish know it, was born from. So that is another difference between the Mennonites and the Amish, is that we shun differently than the Mennonites do. So hopefully that answers your question. God bless and have a good day.